Hey guys, Nathan Brandon Masters. You guys know I've been looking for new content for the channel, and I decided to do some Reddit reads because I've been enjoying those for a while. It was a great way to add more content to my channel, and I would probably be able to get multiple videos up per day, which you know YouTube loves those. And I have to be a little bit careful right now as to what I put up, because YouTube seems to be on the warpath. A lot of people have been getting demonetized. A lot of people very uneasy. They hit Shannon, Creepshow Art. No idea why they demonetized her. She's about as careful as she can be. I think she got her monetization back, but they demonetized about 20 of her videos. You know, they gave the yellow dollar sign, so it's limited ads. They did that to me too, and a lot of people have been kind of complaining. Like, I know one person was talking about, their channel was just starting to make money, and they did that to me too. And my channel was just starting to make money because I was doing the films and things. My channel was just starting to make money, and they hit my two biggest films at the time. It was the original version of Epitaph Bread and Salt, which I eventually deleted, as well as the original version of The Perfect Letter. Both of those films were bringing in the majority of the cash. Even when they, even after they made all the weird changes, I could still get, about $100 to $200 a month just with everything alone. So, they hit it, and that was gone. So I gotta be careful with YouTube. They're making all kind of weird changes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the Reddit stories. I'm going to have it set up where you can watch me on the screen doing art. So right now, or doing something comic book related. Right now, I'm lettering Hexcraft Mechanics Ultimate Control. If you want to see a preview of Hexcraft Mechanics Issue 2, there's a link in the description, so check that out. I want to launch that later this month, so you guys enjoy that. I'm going to jump into one of my favorite subreddits, and that's going to be GlitchintheMatrix. We talked about that a little bit ago. I will be reading these, so I'm not going to be using the robot voice, so I'm going to actually be reading these myself, so keep that in mind. And also, I'm debating whether I'm going to have text on the screen or not. So for this one, I'm not going to have text on the screen. And we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to also put links to these so you can actually read the updates and things on the, links to the actual Reddit posts. So I'll do that as well. And keep in mind, Glitch in the Matrix stories are actually supposed to be true stories, so I can't particularly vouch for their truthiness, so it's kind of up to you. But the first one is a story called She Wasn't on the Bus, posted by user Heavenli, and that's Heavenly with an I instead of a Y. She wasn't on the bus. So this happened maybe around 10 years ago. I was with a friend, Laura, shopping in town, and we went to get the bus home. So we got on the bus and sat at the bottom deck, right at the back. So as the bus is pulling away, I see another friend, Nicola, across the road from the bus, and she threw her hands up in the air as she obviously wanted to get on that bus, but had no chance as she was across a busy road as the bus was pulling away. I waved to her from the window, and she seemed like she was looking at me, but she didn't wave back, which I thought was odd. So the bus journey continued as normal. A few stops on, someone else I knew, an old friend called Lorna, came down the stairs and spotted me at the back. She shouted hi to me and said she would ring me for a catch-up. The bus carried on as normal, and as the bus passed straight by Nicholas's stop, I remembered feeling bad for her that she missed the bus. Me and my friend got off at the next stop. So the next day I gave Nicola a ring and asked how she was and had she seen me on the bus. She launched into a rant about how I ignored her and she couldn't believe I would do that and even called me a bitch. So I was like, right, I'm coming over and we're going to sort this out. So her version of events was that she had gotten on the bus and came up to me and my friend Laura, sat at the back and sat down with us. She said she started talking to us, but we just totally ignored her and acted like she wasn't there. After a few minutes, she got really annoyed and went and sat upstairs. The crazy thing was, she knew Lorna was upstairs on the bus and said she had ignored her as well. She even heard Lorna say she would ring me for a catch-up when she got to the bottom of the stairs. I mean, how could she know that? She most definitely wasn't on that bus. She was at the other side of a busy road when that bus pulled off, and plus, I would never ignore her because she's such a good friend and has been for years, and she actually believed me when I told her my version. All these years, it's the one thing that's happened in my life that I never understood. Something fell, and then it didn't. By user AnnemaBrie. Okay, so this happened a few weeks ago, and it still sort of freaks me out. I work at a supermarket, and sometimes I have to hang up special cards for when there's a discount or something. Well, a couple of weeks ago, me and my coworker were messing around with a piece of cardboard, and we knocked one of the cards off the price holder thingy. Sorry, English is not my first language, so I don't know the English words. And there were 3 cards falling on the ground. All that remained were the empty holders. Me and my coworker bent down to pick the pieces of paper up. They're pretty small, so easy to be overlooked, but we couldn't find anything. When we looked up, we noticed that nothing fell on the ground and that all the cards were still in place. I don't have an explanation. I mean, we both saw the cards slowly falling down on the ground, and as soon as we wanted to pick them up, they were gone. We just stood there for a while, wondering what happened. The final story is Bulletproof Heart by user AllyisntFair. This is going to sound so freaking weird, but I need to know if anyone else has experienced this. I was 13 when I first heard the song Bulletproof Heart by My Chemical Romance. This song came out in roughly 2010, I believe, but I had never actually heard it before. I wasn't close to my older sister and she didn't play music, so I know it wasn't from her. When I first heard the song, I already knew the lyrics, word for word, all the lyrics and the whole melody. I thought it was odd, and maybe I'd heard it on the radio, but my parents only played country 70s rock. It drove me insane how deep in my freaking soul I knew this stupid MCR song. I'm a fan of them now, but I wasn't really into them back then, so I didn't see any previews either. I searched for hours to find what Bulletproof Heart was a cover of. I thought it had to be a cover. That was the only explanation of why I knew the song already. Nothing. This is the weirdest part. I showed my stepdad, who knows all of the 70s, 80s rock. He's a huge rock and roll guy. I played the song for him, and he also knew the freaking words. He said it had to be a cover because he does not listen to bands like MCR. There's not much left to the story. I just remembered it while talking with my roommates about glitches and experiencing deja vu. Years later, the same thing happened with the song Me by Taylor Swift and Brandon Urie. Please share your stories of stuff like this happening. I don't think our reality is what we think it is. Alright guys, so that's it. Those are 3 Glitch in the Matrix stories. Those are, this is my first Reddit reading. So there you have it, guys. You take it easy, Nathyn Brandon Masters. Don't forget, click the link in the description to see a preview of Hexcraft Mechanics Issue 2. We plan to launch it this month. So other than that, guys, hasta.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn and never die, looking through the eyes of a brand new life. And so just follow